Hi Gems, it's your girl Ambra here and welcome back to my channel. You guys, I'm really excited for today's video. I am doing a full face using only CoverGirl cosmetic products. I am so excited. I am a stan for CoverGirl. If you have been following me on any of my social platforms, if you guys have been with me when I was Ambra Emerald Eyes, nonetheless, I love CoverGirl complexion products. I am a stan for their Vitalist Health Elixir. They just came out with the TrueBlend Matte. So I'm just here for it, and I'm excited that I could do a full face using a drugstore brand and the quality. Okay, I feel like I'm reviewing it. No, I need you guys to keep watching. So if you're interested in how I achieved this whole entire look, then keep watching. All right, Gems, we're gonna jump right into it. We're doing a whole face routine using CoverGirl Cosmetics. I'm really excited about this because if you guys have been following me for some time and on my social media, then you would know that I get quite a bit of PR from CoverGirl, and I've never done a full face using their products. So I'm really excited. We're gonna jump right into it. I haven't even prepped my skin yet, but we're gonna go in with the CoverGirl TrueBlend Base Business Skin Primer. And I always found that the purple one, it really works well in my problem area that I have the most active appearance of pores. Particularly, I feel like mine are a little bit more obnoxious than most. And then you guys, I am going to try something different. This is Look Lockup. It's an all-day setting mist by CoverGirl. Whew. One thing for certain, I just want to make a note. So that smelled really good, but I can smell a lot of the alcohol. And not that you should, like me, think the alcohol is what's gonna make the foundation stick and last longer, but it's the second ingredient. So if that's something that's gonna bother you, just a little taste. So I'm gonna go in next with Illuminating Lotion on top of that. This I'm comfortable with putting all over the face. And then I'm using the shade Sunkissed Solie, which is the number 2. I just feel like it gives a nice, like, fresh. All right, so now that we've prepped the skin, I'm really interested in how the setting spray works with all this. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. I grabbed the shade D30, which I'm finding to be the ideal match. And I'm going in with my Smashbox Blurring Foundation Stick. You guys can use a beauty blender, you guys can use a Real Technique sponge, you can use any kind of beauty sponge that you prefer. I've just really been enjoying my foundation brush. But I don't hate it. So CoverGirl also sent me their Vitalist Healthy Concealer, and she a little suspect. She's the darkest shade, but I feel like she's too light, but I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. I'm gonna try to get some of this product out. Man, this is... So I love that you can, there's a dial up, so it's just kind of annoying, but ooh, she's bright. Because we're gonna make this work. Not terrible, at least on screen, but in person, she's far. So here's my trick. I went on ahead and grabbed another shade, TrueBlend Matte Made Foundation. This is in the shade D30, which is bronze, which ideally is going to be a better option if for whatever reason you can't find a concealer for trying to do a full face one brand tutorial. I have not been successful in finding the appropriate shade for highlighting. So that's bronze. She is a little bit more aligned with the objective of today's activity. So I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and I'm just gonna tap that right over top of that concealer. Now, one thing that I can say, the Vitalist concealer, consistency-wise, really hydrating. So now that we have that foundation in place, and I just used one squirt, I'm gonna go with my beauty sponge and blend her out. There you have it, you guys. I blended out the foundation with that concealer and I feel like they worked really well together, but it was definitely the appropriate choice being as though that concealer was a bit too bright. So as far as setting my under eye concealer, I'm going in with the Vitalist Healthy Powder in the shade Warm Beige, which is a beautiful golden undertone in my opinion. I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty sponge and just press that powder underneath my eye to set that foundation and concealer in place. essentially this is for someone to set their entire face, but not for this chocolate girl. Right, so next we're gonna go in with a cult favorite, and that's really chiseling out this face and getting some color and some bronze into the mix. I'm going with my CoverGirl Queen collection. This beaut is in the shade Ebony Bronze. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the skin. I'm taking my beauty sponge and I'm just kind of blend that out a little bit because I want it to be very gradient. And I feel like because I OD'd just a little bit, it's nice to go in and kind of bring everything all together. So as far as brows, which I'm really excited about, I'm gonna go in with rich brown with the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. Ooh, almost skipped a step. I'm gonna use a little bit more of that bronze foundation, a little bit, and go in with my definer brush and clean up underneath my brows before I fill in with the pen. And it's the E15. And the beauty of doing this is almost like, you know, you're coloring in the lines, but then you're also prepping the eye for foundation, for shadow. I'm gonna go in with my brow pencil. Oh, I love a fresh brow. Look at that, look at that tip. Clean and ready to take over the world. You know, it's interesting because I've never used a CoverGirl brow product before. Brows on. Brows on. All right, next to the fun part, I'm gonna go in with the Katy Kat palette by Katy Perry. This palette is called Hot Cat. What I really loved about it is that it had neutral, it had a neutral palette. It's kind of giving you that day to night, which I'm sure is the intent. With that said, I'm gonna be using CoverGirl's, it's kind of their gel liner. So let me find a brush that I can use to kind of get some product out, get it on the lid, and get into it. This all over the lid, and that is why I didn't put too much concealer on the lid, because I wanted to do something more smoky. So from the palette, I'm gonna dip into this lighter shade here. Let's see if we can, ooh, she's got a little bit kickback, but let's see how she is as a nice little buffer around the edges, and it shows up. Next, I want to get me a nice brush that I can pack on this brown. I'm going to go into this one right here. This one has less kickback than that light color. Pack that. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so nice. And it's sticking really nicely to this pomade. And then I'm going to take that same brush with that chocolate and just a little buff it along my lower lash line. Just gotta ground the whole look. Smoke her out. Then I'm gonna take this really pretty gold that's in the center, and I'm gonna put that, oh, it's so nice, very soft. And I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. Like, did you expect anything less? I'm glad we are on the same page. All right, then for the lower lash, we're gonna go in with our CoverGirl products. I'm gonna use my Lash Blast Amplify Primer first, which is white. The beauty of using a white primer is that when you put black over top of it, it really stands out. I gotta get close and personal, child. I need a mirror. And for the bottom lash, I'm gonna go in with the Flourish Lash Blast in the shade Noir over top of the primer. All right, so what I'm gonna do is finish my other eye. We're gonna come back to the face, pull the whole look together, and let's talk about some of these products from CoverGirl. I'm just kind of basking in my complexion right now, so we'll be right back. Sorry, ooh, stray hairs. All right, so we have our base shadow, and now it's time to get some highlight on. CoverGirl has these Vitalist Healthy Glow Illuminating Highlighters. I grabbed the shade 3. It doesn't have a name on it, but it comes in a nice little pot like this. and I'm really interested in seeing how this is gonna look. As you saw, you guys, I didn't set my entire face. I just set my under eye area and then I bronzed. She's blinging. Just a little bit. And along the bridge. Gotta be careful here, especially for our oily girls. You don't want to use that powder finish, but too much highlight and it like emphasizes. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So let's go ahead and set the whole face. Maybe I should have did this before I put my wig on, but that's okay. We're gonna just make it work. Ooh, chat. Oh god. So I don't have a lip liner from Covergirl, so we're gonna use. I'm gonna go in with my. Essentially, it's my brow product, but I'm gonna use it as a lip liner. So I want a kind of nude lip. I'm going in with the Melting Pot Matte. It doesn't have the shade name on it. Oh, I'm lying. Oops, sorry. Current Nude. Alright, so I wasn't loving the Melting Pot Matte, so I went on ahead and grabbed one of the Katy Perry glosses, and this is in the shade Cantaloupe. And I feel like that could be what's missing. All right, so there you have it. Mixing the Melting Pot Matte and Current Nude with Cantaloupe Lip Gloss from the Covergirl collection. It has a sort of kind of a like flecks of gold in it, which is really beautiful. Something that's going to give you very neutral lip if you have more dramatic eye on the lid. I love my foundation. I'm going to be continuously purchasing it. I love the healthy powder healthy powder. Yeah, healthy powder. The Vitalist healthy powder for setting my under eye. It's giving me that golden but still lifted area. I mean, when I leave this earth, whoever beats my face in the casket, please bring me some bronze because I need to see Jesus. I found that the pot highlighters were really cute. My only concern is that I've had this for a little bit. I want to say early spring is when they released the first half of the year products. And it felt a bit drying, but I love that it finishes with the powder. So it's very subtle, just enough highlight to give you kind of a sun-kissed look, I have to say so myself. Overall, I'm really happy with the Covergirl collection. I didn't have to steer away to complete this entire look. I was able to get not only my base nailed down, but also a really nice eyeshadow palette that really performed better than I assumed. And I did like the setting spray. I don't like the way that it squirts, right? Because it feels very like too sharp. Like I felt like it was kind of like targeting rather than kind of missing the entire face. But I'm still gonna use it. It smells really great. And I don't know what it is in my setting sprays. If alcohol's in it, I'm just convinced that it's gonna make my foundation stay on longer. I don't know, it's just crazy logic. There's no science behind it whatsoever. As far as the mascara, I particularly like the Peacock mascara a little bit better, but I do like how thin the bristles are just because I have really small itty bitty lower lashes. Concealer's an absolute no. But yeah, I feel like I've highlighted all the items that I used, and overall I'm really pleased with it. I give it a thumbs up. Covergirl did its thing. I'm really pleased with my overall look. I actually may go somewhere because she's feeling done up, see my man, go get a beverage, do adult-like activities. So until our next video, gems, shine bright. Mwah. Bye.